Good morning, it's Rural Focus. Tom here with you today, and we're joined now by Braden Zier from Mindful Meditation Australia. Good morning, Braden.
Good morning, Tom. How are you going today?
Pretty great, Braden. It's pretty great for a Monday morning, and we should just kick off this conversation by saying this is Mental Health Week in WA. So we're catching up with Braden from Mindful Meditation Australia just to chat through a few important things and bring some awareness around all this. So, Braden, what is Mindful Meditation Australia?
Well, Mindful Meditation Australia is a not-for-profit organization. Basically, our focus is on improving the happiness and well-being of everybody, but our focus is certainly here on Western Australia because this is where we started.
Okay, wonderful. So, yeah, okay, love it. WA started. So, how long has it been going?
We've been running now since mid-2016, really running many different types of mindfulness and meditation training courses, a lot with schools. So far, we've trained about 3,500 teachers who have gone on to teach about 12,000 young people how to practice just really simple, sweet mindfulness and meditation techniques, which certainly helps with their mental health and it helps with their focus and teachability in school. So it's a big win-win for everybody.
That's wonderful. So, Braden, how did you become part of all of this?
Yeah, so my story's been interesting. I've been practicing meditation for about 17 years. For 5 years, I lived in kind of what I refer to now as a dedicated meditation community, which was a bit of an interesting and in-depth and focused time for meditation in my life. It was kind of very religious in my initial approach to the practices, which was great until it wasn't. And I kind of got to a point where I went into to learning how to meditate to find personal freedom and growth. And then I just kind of fell into another structure. So I spent the next 5 years completely letting go of everything I learned and kind of was indoctrinated into within that community, and really looked at defining and redefining what these practices actually were at their core. And where I've arrived at, and this is what we've embedded in everything that we do, is it's just really simple stuff. You don't need to go and join a community or go on some big quest. These are practices that you can tune into in 5 seconds throughout the day. It doesn't take long to take a breath, retune, refocus, and I'll talk more about that in a little while. But really, it's simple, and it should be simple. Not to say that that's not right for some people, but really that's what we're trying to bring. Really simple practices that can make a big difference.
Yeah, no, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Simple is usually great, and if it's practical stuff that you can jump straight into, no strings attached sort of thing, then yeah, that's awesome. I think that's very, very beneficial. And this year, of course, of all years, Braden, it would be very, very paramount.
Absolutely. We have a very big stressor upon us globally currently. And, people aren't coping. I work with a lot of schools, and they say they have very, very stressed out young people that are coming into the schools. And generally, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen with the economy. We don't know what's going to happen with travel. Maybe we can't see our loved ones that are a bit further away. So all of that adds to it. And I know with Mental Health Week coming up, and I'm sure these stats would have changed since COVID happened, but we know that 45% of Australians aged 16 to 85 will experience a common mental health disorder, such as depression, anxiety, substance use disorder in their lifetime, and that's only what's reported. So that's about half of every single Australian, and 20% have had a mental health disorder sometime in the past 12 months. So this was a survey done in 2007, and I know there would be more recent data, and I'm sure it wouldn't be looking much better considering the current climate.
Yeah, indeed. So, look, Braden, we're just going to go to a quick break now, but we'll come back to have a chat about a couple more things regarding Mindful Meditation Australia. So we'll get you back just after this. Welcome back. It's Rural Focus with Tom, and we've got Braden Zier from Mindful Meditation Australia on the line with us. We've just been going through a few statistics and other things, just everything crazy going on this year and how meditation can be beneficial. So, Braden, you're just going to run us through a few more of a bit more of the background on the actual exercises themselves, how we can apply them, and yeah, just how we can use this tool to help us.
Yeah, for sure. So first I'll define mindfulness and meditation because there are lots of different definitions for the practices. None of them are incorrect, and nobody's actually ever agreed on a definition. So we've chosen two that really closely align to what the research outcomes are telling us are for those who participate. So meditation is the active practice of learning to calm and train attention. Mindfulness is the ability to pay attention to respond in the most appropriate way in any given moment. So if I was to give a practical example, meditation is like going to the gym to build your muscle of attention. Mindfulness is how you choose to use your attention in your daily life, whether it's focusing on gratitude, connecting with one of your kids, or a beautiful sunset, or, and this is where the mental health and wellness benefits come in, self-regulating unhelpful thoughts that lead to stress, anxiety, and worry, or self-regulating unhelpful emotional overreactions, like maybe losing our temper or getting lost in anxiety or stress in the moment.
Okay, that's a really nice rundown of what it actually is. Very nice and clear. So, how do people implement that in their day-to-day lives? Given that they probably don't have a lot of time, or this is something that they might not be all that keen to spend a lot of time exploring, but it can be achieved quite quickly.
It can be, and one of the biggest and most effective strategies we push and talk about in our training is stopping in the moment and taking a few short breaths to self-regulate maybe a mind that's getting lost in that stress, or self-regulate stress when we're feeling it in our body. So that racing heart, that clenched jaw, however stress might show up for you. And I could kind of take you through a quick practice if you'd like, and you can do this while you're driving, although keep your eyes open. That's the only...
There'll be a lot of people driving listening at the moment, Braden, so that's a great tip there. So yeah, take it away.
That's the only thing I ask you to do. Is that something you want to do, Tom?
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, cool. So what I would do, and we run this in hospitals with nurses who are very busy, and they all have said they can find time for this, so there's no excuses. So what I do when I'm instructing nurses or school teachers, I say, kind of get into a mindful posture, which means you're going to get into a position or a way of sitting that's kind of relaxed and alert. And this is kind of a subtle change that you can make to let your body and mind know that you're going to be doing something a little bit different. When you've arrived in your mindful posture, if you're not driving, you can close your eyes. If not, you can just look at something in front of you. And when you've arrived in that mindful posture, you can go ahead and take 2 to 4 really long and slow deep breaths, breathing in through your nose, all the way to the end. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale fully. Continue to breathe like this in your own time, and each time you exhale, really intentionally and consciously, let yourself relax. And when you feel ready and complete, and again, you can do this in 10 seconds, or you can spend a little longer on it, you can open your eyes or kind of have a little stretch and just carry on with your day. And most importantly, check in and notice how you've changed from a moment ago to create that positive association with stopping and self-regulating in the moment. And the more you do that, the less time you'll spend in stress, the less time you'll spend in worry, and the less time you'll spend in those processes that can really lead to negative mental ill health outcomes in the future.
Well, I do have to commend you there, Braden. I was a little concerned when we said we were going to run through the exercise. I thought this could be interesting. This could take a while, but as you said, it was quick, it was easy, it was focused, it was focusing your breathing. It was very, very practical.
Yeah, it's short and sweet, and I'd say it pays the biggest dividend in regards to for a small investment. You get a lot out of it at one, as long as you do it often, and it's something so sweet that you can always do wherever and whenever.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, Braden, for listeners who want to find out more information or learn more about the tips and tricks and how they can implement this, where do they find more information?
Yeah, hop onto our website, mindfulmeditationaustralia.org.au. On our resource section, we have webinars that you can do, free webinars you can do. We offer paid webinars if you want to take part in something for your workplace. And for schools, rural, regional, and remote schools in Western Australia, we're actually, for the rest of this year and next, covering the cost of travel for us to actually fly out there or drive out there and train your faculty. So if you're a teacher, a principal, or a parent that wants this in your kid's school, it makes a big difference. We've seen school communities completely transformed, and it's just another string in your bow. You know, our founder, a very interesting guy, said, "If you don't learn to meditate, you're dealing with a short deck." I love that, simple and sweet. If you want us out, get in touch via our website. We'll pay for travel because we want to support our rural, regional, and remote communities.
That's great. Well, look, Braden, really great conversation this morning. Thank you for having a chat with us across all of those things, and we wish you all the best as you do tour around all those regional and remote areas.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate your time today.